The internet is spiraling again, and this time, the storm isn't just about Yandy's alleged explosive moment with Kirk. Oh no. The drama has taken a whole new wild turn because Tasha K, the queen of unfiltered commentary herself, has stepped into the conversation. And according to the posts popping up everywhere, she didn't hold back even for a second. People are saying Tasha K allegedly reacted to the circulating claims with so much fire, so much certainty, and so much raw energy that the entire situation blew up across timelines, like someone dropped gasoline on a spark that was already sizzling. Fans who followed Tasha closely swear she came forward with her own take, addressing these online whispers surrounding Yandy and Kirk with that bold, sharp-edged tone she's known for. Some posts are even claiming she allegedly hinted that there might be more to the story, sending everyone into a frenzy trying to decode what she meant. And the wildest part, several users insist Tasha K allegedly confirmed that the whispers circulating online weren't entirely baseless, leaving people wondering what she knows and how deep she's connected to the situation. The moment she allegedly gave her take, comment sections blew up instantly. Fans began arguing, dragging each other, dropping theories, and claiming they had their own sources. Emotions ran high as people tried to piece together whether Tasha was simply reacting to the viral rumors or whether she actually knew something, hiding behind the scenes. And when a personality like Tasha K tosses even a single sentence into the mix, the entire internet treats it like a bombshell waiting to detonate. Now everyone is buzzing, debating, and speculating whether Tasha's alleged reaction just escalated the chaos surrounding Yandy's supposed clash with Kirk. The family circle is already being talked about like it's splitting in half. Fans are acting like detectives and the drama is stacking up layer after layer, all sparked by Tasha's sudden entry into the conversation. And if the online noise is anything to go by, this situation isn't calming down anytime soon. As soon as Tasha K's alleged reaction began spreading online, the entire conversation around Yandy and Kirk took a completely different turn. People started saying that the moment Tasha allegedly stepped in, felt like someone had opened a new door into the drama. A door nobody even knew existed. According to countless posts flying around, Tasha didn't just comment lightly. Came in with that same intense energy she's known for. And the way she addressed the circulating rumors had people glued to their screens, refreshing pages, reading threads, and arguing over what she might really know. Some fans claim that the tone Tasha used felt almost like she had been waiting to speak on this. The way these posts describe it, she allegedly talked about the circulating claims with a mix of confidence and certainty that made people think she wasn't just reacting. She might have been trying to hint at something deeper. One user wrote that Tasha sounded like someone who wasn't surprised at all by the rumors, as if she had already heard whispers long before they hit the public. And that one detail alone sent the entire online world into a spiral of speculation. There were comments saying that Tasha allegedly started by acknowledging the online talk, the posts, the claims, the back-and-forth conversations happening across platforms. She allegedly said something along the lines of how social media never stays quiet for long when emotions flare up behind the scenes. And according to those spreading the story, that simple line made fans feel like Tasha wasn't just repeating what she saw online. She was speaking from a place of behind-the-curtain awareness. Some people claim she even used a slightly sarcastic tone, the kind she often uses when she feels like she's watching things play out exactly how she expected. The alleged statement caught everyone off guard. One fan wrote that the way Tasha delivered her reaction had that knowing edge, the kind that makes people wonder if she had already been keeping tabs on the tension brewing between Yandy and Kirk. Nobody can confirm it, but that didn't stop the rumors from spreading like wildfire. Others online insist that Tasha allegedly said she wasn't shockadone bit by the circulating claims, and that alone created a wave of chaos in the comments. People began arguing whether she was exaggerating for effect or whether she genuinely had insight that hadn't been made public. Some swore that her tone suggested she believed parts of the story being shared online, while others felt like she might have been calling out the machines as behind the scenes in her own indirect way. And then came the moment that fans keep quoting everywhere. According to several viral posts, Tasha allegedly hinted that people always act surprised when the truth starts slipping out. That one line was enough to send fans into a frenzy. They began debating what truth she was referring to. Was she talking about the alleged clash? Was she talking about Kirk's supposed comments? Was she talking about Yandy's emotional reaction? Nobody knew, and that made it even more electrifying. Every fan interpreted the line differently, turning the entire situation into a brand new storm of theories and speculation. A lot of people started reacting with shock, claiming that Tasha's alleged words sounded like she was confirming what others were still doubting. Some posts say that fans responded with disbelief, typing out long paragraphs about how Tasha never sugarcoats anything and isn't known for backing down from dramatic topics. They said that if Tasha sounded confident, even in an alleged way, then something serious might be going on behind the scenes. Again, nothing confirmed, nothing official, just the internet running wild with assumptions, according to the conversations. Online, Tasha allegedly didn't just speak once. She reportedly went further, addressing the emotional intensity behind the circulating story. People claim she mentioned how messy things get when private tensions start leaking into public spaces. She allegedly hinted that situations like this don't just appear out of nowhere. They come from long histories, buried feelings, and unresolved friction that eventually spill over. Hearing this, fans went into full detective mode, connecting dots that may or may not exist, and creating timelines based on past interviews, social media posts, and old reality show moments. One person online claimed that Tasha allegedly imitated the emotional tone described in the circulating claims, saying that if the rumors were true, it would explain why emotions ran so high. This imitation sparked a whole new conversation, with people arguing that Tasha's dramatic flair made the moment feel even more real. Even though she was simply reacting to the same rumors everyone else was reading, fans accused her of stirring the pot, while others praised her for saying what everyone else was too scared to say. Several posts also describe a moment where Tasha allegedly mentioned that the circle around Yandy and Kirk always carries extra layers of tension that outsiders don't fully understand. She allegedly said that people always assume things are simple, but behind the scenes, emotions build up silently until they finally collide. Fans treated this like a clue, like Tasha was pointing towards something she had heard or sensed. Suddenly, people were dragging up old clips, comparing body language, analyzing old Instagram stories, as if they were piecing together evidence for a case that didn't even exist. Online reactions erupted immediately. Some fans were defending Yandy, saying she has always carried herself with grace and doesn't let drama shake her easily. Others were defending Kirk, arguing that these are just rumors and Tasha might have been exaggerating for entertainment. And then there were the people who believed that Tasha's alleged statement was a sign that the circulating claims had more truth in them than most expected. Threads popped up everywhere, people making long explanations about why Tasha's alleged confidence mattered. They claimed she never reacts strongly to something unless she feels there's something real behind it. Others said she has a history of sensing drama long before everyone else, which made her alleged comments even more explosive. Of course, whether any of that is true is impossible to confirm. But that didn't slow down the speculation one bit. And in the middle of all this noise, fans began turning on each other, debating whether Tasha was stirring unnecessary fire or whether she had simply told the truth in the only way she knows how. Timelines filled with argument after argument. People choosing sides, adding their own interpretations, twisting every alleged detail into something bigger. And through all of it, one thing became clear. The moment Tasha K's alleged take started, Circulating, the entire conversation shifted from curiosity to chaos. Once Tasha's alleged take started spreading, the online reaction didn't just grow louder, it multiplied in every direction, like someone knocked over a table full of lit candles. People began dissecting every possible angle of her supposed comments, trying to understand why she sounded so certain and why her tone. According to these circulating accounts, carried a level of confidence that made fans feel like she wasn't simply repeating rumors, but possibly hinting at something she believed was already known behind the scenes. The internet thrives on moments like this. And the way these posts describe Tasha's demeanor only fed that fire. Some users claim that Tasha allegedly mentioned how these kinds of stories don't just pop up randomly. She supposedly talked about how tension often lingers in the background long before the public catches a glimpse of it. People ran with that idea immediately, suggesting that maybe she was hinting that this alleged Yandy and Kirk situation didn't start with the current rumors that something deeper had been brewing for a while. Again, nothing confirmed, nothing verified, just speculation stacked on top of speculation. But that's all the internet needs to stay busy. Then came another twist that fans won't stop talking about. According to circulating posts, Tasha allegedly dropped a cryptic line saying something like, "Folks act shocked, but people been whispering for a minute." This one line spread across social media so fast that within hours, people were using it as the centerpiece for long threads, theories, and emotional debates. Nobody knew what she was referring to. Nobody had context, but because it sounded dramatic, everybody tried to piece together what whispers she meant. Now, depending on who you ask, some people interpreted Tasha's alleged comment as confirmation that she believed the circulating claims about Yandy's reaction. Others thought she was simply acknowledging the chaos online and stirring the pot for entertainment value. Either way, the discussion grew even more heated. Threads filled with fans arguing intensely, saying that Tasha's tone allegedly implied she had seen or heard things that weren't public yet. People began comparing this moment to earlier times when Tasha had spoken on situations long before official details came out. Whether accurate or exaggerated doesn't matter. Once fans draw parallels, they treat them like clues. And then there were the fans who started bringing up old interviews, old live streams, old shade moments where Tasha spoke about Yandy or mentioned Kirk indirectly. They stitched together clips, quoted old lines, and built entire theories out of fragments. Some insisted that Tasha and Yandy had built up tension in previous exchanges, while others claimed the two had mutual respect and that Tasha's alleged confirmation might simply be her calling out the machinesses of the rumor mill itself. Nobody agreed on anything, which only made the drama louder. What really sent social media into a frenzy was when people began claiming that Tasha allegedly hinted she'd heard things from people close to the circle. Again, nothing official, but the rumor alone was enough to shake the timeline. According to these fan accounts, she allegedly said something like, "I don't just talk random talk. When things reach me, they reach me for a reason." That line spread faster than the original rumor about Yandy and Kirk. People began asking what reached her, who said it, what did she mean? Was she confirming the alleged clash or calling out the entire environment around them? The reactions were wild. Some fans were tagging Yandy, telling her to respond. Others were tagging Kirk, demanding clarity. Still, others were tagging Tasha, asking for a follow-up or explanation. It reached a point where even people who didn't care about the original rumor now wanted to know what Tasha meant. That's the impact she has. Even a whispered line can feel like a megaphone moment. Then came another emotional wave. Several online posts claimed that Tasha allegedly described the circulating situation as messy, emotional, and absolutely predictable. Fans couldn't believe how bold that sounded. If the alleged comment was true, It meant she believed that this type of drama was almost expected. People began arguing over whether she was shading Yandy, shading Kirk, or shading the entire Love and hip-hop circle. Some said she was speaking from experience. Others said she was stirring tension for content. No one could agree, and that disagreement became its own. Mini-storm. It didn't help that some fans claimed Tasha used a dramatic tone when speaking about how emotions ran high behind closed doors more often than people think. This one line, even as an unverified claim, added more fuel to the idea that she might be subtly confirming the emotional intensity people were already discussing in relation to the Yandy and Kirk rumor. Many fans posted that if Tasha truly said something like that, she must have heard the same whispers that the internet was trying to decode. And of course, social media being what it is, people even claimed that Tasha allegedly did voice impressions mimicking how the emotions might have sounded in the rumored moment. Whether she actually did or not, fans treat every detail like gospel when drama is involved. One fan wrote that the mimicry made the entire situation feel too real. Even though they all admitted none of the claims were confirmed, it's the emotional exaggeration that drove people crazy. They weren't just reacting to words. They were reacting to imagined scenes painted by the tone of the alleged commentary. Other posts described Tasha allegedly going deeper, pointing out how fans love to blame one person in a rumor without knowing the full story. She allegedly said that when things leak online, people forget that everyone involved has their own side, their own feelings, their own private frustrations. She supposedly reminded people that nobody ever sees the whole picture at once. And that reminder itself became an entire conversation with fans, arguing whether she was defending someone, calling someone out, or simply offering general commentary. Some fans even said Tasha's alleged reaction brought a sense of seriousness to the circulating claims that hadn't been there before. They argued that when a personality known for getting inside the heart of celebrity conflict speaks, people listened differently. Suddenly, fans weren't just gossiping. They were analyzing, debating, and trying to understand the emotional layers beneath the whispers. The wildest twist came when people started saying that Tasha allegedly implied she wasn't surprised that Yandy's name was tied to high emotions. Not in a negative way, but in a she moves with passion and stands for herself kind of tone. Fans who love Yandy took that positively, saying Tasha understood her strength. Fans who defended Kirk took it negatively, saying Tasha was trying to lean toward one side. But the truth is, nobody knows what tone she actually used. All of this is just online chatter turning one alleged reaction into a storm. And through it all, timelines kept exploding with comments, theories, and listeners trying to make sense of Tasha's alleged perspective. Every hour brought new threads, new claims, new fan interpretations, each one bigger and more dramatic than the last. The conversation around Tasha's alleged comments kept growing bigger. And by the next wave of posts, things had escalated way beyond simple gossip. People online began insisting that Tasha didn't just drop hints. She allegedly went deeper, weaving her reaction into something that felt almost like a storyline on its own. According to these fan accounts, she supposedly broke down the situation in a way that felt both dramatic and strangely insightful, giving fans more to dissect than they knew what to do with. Some users claimed that Tasha allegedly talked about how no matter what really happened between Yandy and Kirk, people forget that tension doesn't form in a vacuum. They say she allegedly spoke with a kind of clarity that made it sound like she'd seen the pattern before. Two people trying to maintain peace while pressure builds underneath. Fans couldn't get enough of it. The comment sections practically exploded with people saying she sounded too accurate for it to be random speculation. Others online claimed that Tasha allegedly said something about how every circle has friction. But some folks just thought it better than others. That one line became a trending quote in multiple threads. Fans immediately started analyzing Whether she was talking metaphorically or if she was subtly hinting that the dynamic between Yandy and Kirk had been shaky for longer than anyone realized. Again, nobody knows if she actually said it, but the idea that she might have was enough for people to treat it like a riddle they needed to solve. One fan posted a long breakdown saying that Tasha's alleged tone felt almost sympathetic toward Yandy. Like she understood how frustrating it must be to have your name dragged into rumors when you're trying to keep your peace. But another user argued the opposite, saying Tasha sounded like she believed both sides had built up emotions that could lead to misunderstandings. The back and forth between fans got so intense that even observers who didn't care about the original stories started joining in just to watch people argue. And then came the part people swear felt like Tasha was telling a story inside the story. According to these circulating posts, she allegedly created a hypothetical scenario, almost like reenacting how the argument might have sounded based on the rumors. Fans say she narrated imagined dialogues with exaggerated tones, not to claim they were real, but to show how emotions might have escalated. The dramatization fueled the internet like pouring oil onto glowing embers. Some users said she allegedly switched voices, mimicking the frustrated tone of someone who felt cornered, and then shifting into the defensive tone of someone who felt misunderstood. Fans were shocked by how easily they pictured the hypothetical scene, even though everyone knew it was just Tasha reacting to rumors. The theatrical flair made the whole moment feel bigger than the claims themselves. Soon after, people online began saying that Tasha allegedly mentioned that these kinds of emotional clashes usually have layers nobody sees. She reportedly talked about how stress, loyalty, personal history, and unspoken frustrations all have a way of blending into one heated moment. This part of her alleged commentary blew up fast, especially among fans who love analyzing celebrity dynamics. Threads popped up where people were comparing this rumored scenario to old interviews, casting tapes, and moments where Yandy or Kirk talked about stress in their personal lives. Fans began connecting dots, some real, some imagined, and building theories about what might have caused emotions to allegedly escalate so intensely in the scenario circulating online. People discussed past episodes, behind the scenes, rumors, even all tension point clips between cast members they thought might have contributed to an emotional buildup. Every little detail was being revisited like it was evidence in a mystery case. Some users even claimed that Tasha Allegedly suggested that the online story surrounding Yandy wasn't just about one moment. She allegedly implied there might have been earlier disagreements, small misunderstandings, or heated moments that never made it to public eyes. This spun the rumor mill faster than ever, with fans going back months, even years, pulling up old quotes and interactions to support their theories. Others say Tasha allegedly mentioned how the public often expects calm behavior from people who are constantly under pressure. She supposedly said that people assume someone like Yandy never gets overwhelmed, never feels cornered, never reacts emotionally. But reality doesn't work like that. This alleged insight made fans more invested in Yandy. Its alleged insight more invested in the emotional angle of the story. They started discussing how even the strongest personalities have breaking points, especially when they feel attacked or misunderstood. Then came another twist in the online discussion. According to several users, Tasha allegedly said something like, "Folks keep forgetting there's always someone who knows a little more than they're telling." Fans treated this as a cryptic clue. Even though there was no clear reference to who she meant, people began guessing she was talking about mutual friends, producers, cast members, or even people from the industry who overhear things and pass them around, the internet being the internet. People began tagging random cast members, asking them if they knew what Tasha was talking about. Others began tagging Tasha herself, asking her to spill the rest, even though everything was unverified. But the fact that people believed she might know something turned a simple commentary into a wildfire of speculation. Some users insisted that Tasha's alleged tone was neutral, like she wasn't taking sides but simply addressing the drama as it unfolded online. Others swore she sounded like she was leaning toward Yandy, giving her the benefit of the doubt. Still, others argued that she seemed unimpressed with both sides, as if she believed the entire situation was a result of miscommunication and ego. Nobody agreed on anything, which only meant the drama kept growing. There were even fans who claimed Tasha allegedly went further, breaking down how emotions sometimes build quietly until they reach a point where even a small remark can set off tension. She allegedly described how misunderstandings can feel like attacks, especially when someone feels their character is being questioned. Fans ate it up, calling her commentary too accurate, even though none of it was confirmed or backed by evidence. Some posts claim she explained how moments like these, when emotions run high, often create ripple effects far beyond the original problem. The speculation intensified around this point, with people discussing whether the rumor, if true, would impact friendships in the circle, shift alliances, or create new divides. Fans wrote long replies debating which cast members might feel torn, who might stay neutral, and who might secretly take sides if the alleged tension ever became public. What added even more fuel to the fire was when people began claiming that Tasha Allegedy dropped one last cryptic line, saying something like, "Believe what you want, but energy never lies." That line spread like a spark in a dry forest. Threads multiplied instantly, with fans trying to decode what energy she meant. Some said she was talking about the vibe of the circulating story. Others said she meant the emotional tension between Yandy and Kirk. Others insisted she meant the fan reactions themselves. And the more people guessed, the bigger the storm became. As the online storm reached its next peak, the conversation surrounding Tasha's alleged commentary grew even more layered. People began saying that after dropping those cryptic lines, she allegedly stepped deeper into the emotional core of the situation, speaking in a way that made fans feel like she was peeling back the surface of the rumors and exposing something heavier underneath. According to these circulating accounts, she didn't yell, she didn't rant, she didn't sensationalize. Instead, she allegedly spoke with a quiet intensity, the type that makes people lean closer, trying not to miss a single word. Posts started, claiming she allegedly mentioned how people forget how pressure builds until somebody cracks. This line instantly became one of the most discussed parts of her reaction. Fans debated endlessly about what she meant. Was she referring to the alleged emotional tension described in the online whispers? Was she simply speaking generally about the nature of conflict? Nobody knew, but everyone treated the line like a clue in a mystery. Some users insisted that Tasha was hinting that emotions certain circles have been boiling under the surface for longer than anyone realizes. They claim her tone sounded like someone who'd been watching the slow build-up from afar, waiting for the moment everything spilled into the public rumor mill. Others argued she was just being dramatic for commentary, using her signature storytelling style to pull more people into the discussion. What made things even more intense was when people began sharing that Tasha allegedly described how misunderstandings, especially in emotional circles, can twist into something bigger than they ever intended to be. She allegedly spoke about how sometimes a comment, a look, a tone, or a moment of frustration can snowball once it hits the public. Fans jumped all over this idea, saying it made the alleged situation between Yandy and Kirk sound more layered, more emotional, more complicated. And then, according to some threads, Tasha allegedly paused for a long moment during her reaction. A dramatic silence that made people feel like she was deciding whether to say more. Those describing this moment online said it felt like she was holding back something deeper, something she didn't want to reveal outright. Naturally, that only made fans even more obsessed with trying to decode her silence. One user commented that Tasha's alleged pause felt like someone who was weighing the emotional cost of speaking certain truths publicly. Another insisted the pause was theatrical, meant to heighten suspense and keep people hooked. Whatever the reason, the effect was undeniable. Fans turned that silence into its own talking point. They wrote long posts about how silence can sometimes reveal more than words, especially when it comes from someone as bold as Tasha. Soon after, circulating, claims said she allegedly continued with a tone that felt heavier than before. She reportedly talked about how people love drama, but rarely consider the emotional depth behind it. She allegedly mentioned that even rumors have a way of causing real reactions, real pain and real tension among the people involved. This made fans rethink the entire situation, music wondering whether the alleged emotional clash between Yandy and Kirk, the very thing causing all this talk, might have deeper roots than the internet realized. People began sharing theories that Tasha's alleged energy suggested empathitord, the emotional intensity swirling around the rumor. Some believed she was siding with Yandy. Others swore she was simply acknowledging the human complexity behind the whispers. But the truth is, nobody could pinpoint her exact stance, and that kept the conversation buzzing. One of the biggest twists in this wave of discussion came when online users claimed that Tasha allegedly mentioned that sometimes people stay quiet, not because they're innocent or guilty, but because they're tired. That line instantly blew up across timelines. Fans began relating it to the rumored emotional struggle described in the earlier posts. They said it made the entire moment between Yandy and Kirk feel deeper, like the alleged tension didn't come from thin air, but from accumulated weight. Some fans even argued that Tasha's alleged comments sounded like she was calling for people to slow down, listen more, talk less, and stop jumping to conclusions. Others said she was leaning into the drama harder than anyone else, giving people exactly what they came for. The debate kept spiraling in circles with nobody agreeing on anything and everyone feeling like Tasha had dropped 1,000 puzzle pieces without telling anyone how they fit together. More online posts began circulating claiming that Tasha's alleged reaction ended with a line that left the internet stunned. People say she allegedly said, "Energy doesn't hide. It just waits for the right moment to show itself." Fans treated this like the final puzzle piece, even though it only created more questions.